The buzz around Iowa basketball was electric as Caitlin Clark, Gabbie Marshall, and Kate Martin returned to campus, delivering a surprise that left the Hawkeyes fan base thrilled. It wasn't just any ordinary return. It was like three sisters coming back home, each with their own quirks and stories. While Clark is the headliner, known for her sharp shooting and fearless game, the dynamic between her, Marshall, and Martin is what brings the Hawkeyes' spirit alive. This trio showing up together was more than just players coming back. It felt like the heart of the team had walked back through those doors. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Clark's return alone could fill stadiums with anticipation. She's been the face of Iowa basketball, and her reputation for hitting clutch shots and her daring plays has grown beyond the courts of Iowa. But Caitlin isn't just about on-court brilliance. Her confidence borders on audacious. There's an almost mischievous grin she wears before sinking a deep three, like she knows she's about to pull a rabbit out of her hat, and she's letting everyone in on the joke. So seeing her back, still oozing with that energy, was a clear signal. She wasn't done making the magic happen. But this time, Clark wasn't the only returning hero. Gabbie Marshall, the sharp-eyed guard with an uncanny ability to pick up opponents' weaknesses, returned with a quiet determination that speaks louder than words. Gabbie's role often goes underappreciated, but anyone who has watched the Hawkeyes knows her knack for reading a game and being in the right spot is almost intuitive. There's a reliability in Gabbie's presence, a sort of calm that translates to the rest of the squad. So when she made her return alongside Clark, the fans weren't just celebrating a talented player coming back. They were welcoming back a piece of the team's soul, the player who knows when to steady the ship. Then there's Kate Martin, whose presence added a different flavor altogether. Kate's got that easy charm and steady confidence that's hard to miss. She's often seen talking on the court, directing teammates and keeping everyone focused. Kate isn't flashy, and she won't be the one throwing up a 30-foot buzzer beater, but her fingerprints are all over Iowa's successes. If Caitlin is the sharp sword and Gabbie the watchful shield, then Kate is the captain who keeps the whole operation running smoothly. Their return to Iowa felt like a carefully timed play. One moment, the fans are chatting, mostly hopeful, but a bit resigned to what life might be without these three. Then suddenly, the trio is there, strolling back in like they never left. It was as if they'd set up the perfect fast break and executed it flawlessly, just like they had countless times on the hardwood. The stadium erupted in cheers, and the atmosphere was like a family reunion, with old friends running into each other after a long while apart. For the younger players and new recruits, seeing Caitlin, Gabbie, and Kate back wasn't just exciting. It was like getting a sneak peek into their future. It's one thing to hear about legendary teammates, and it's another thing to see them in person, to see how Caitlin still radiates the confidence that made her a household name, or how Gabbie is still quietly studying everything. And Kate is holding conversations and making everyone feel at ease. The veteran's surprise return was a powerful moment, almost like the universe reminding the Hawkeyes of the culture they were building. It wasn't just about winning games, it was about being a part of something bigger than themselves. Yet there was something so genuinely down-to-earth about their visit. Despite their achievements, these three weren't acting like celebrities coming to visit a fan club. They joked around with the staff and players, laughing off awkward moments or exchanges that were a little too enthusiastic. Caitlin, in her signature way, probably couldn't resist a challenge or two on the court, leaving everyone in stitches when she'd feign missing an easy shot, only to drain the next one effortlessly. It's moments like these that showcase why she's not just admired but also beloved. She's got that rare gift of balancing confidence with humor, never taking herself too seriously. Gabbie and Kate, meanwhile, had their own style of reconnecting. Gabbie's approach was to quietly listen and observe, offering insights when they were needed, and effortlessly slipping back into her role as a guide for younger players. It's not that she wasn't thrilled to be back. There was a look in her eyes that said she was enjoying every second, but her satisfaction seemed to come from watching everyone else's joy. Kate, on the other hand, embraced her role as the connector, easing conversations and making sure everyone felt included. She has this knack for bringing out the best in people without making it obvious she's doing it. You'd almost miss it if you weren't paying attention, but Kate's influence was woven into every moment of that surprise visit. From an outside perspective, the return of these three to Iowa could be seen as a mere feel-good story, but for those closely connected to the team, it was more than just a pleasant surprise. Caitlin, Gabbie, and Kate represent the DNA of the team. Their presence is a reminder of the journey the program has been on, the highs and lows, and the culture they help shape. Caitlin's ambition, Gabbie's steadiness, and Kate's quiet leadership set the tone for what it means to be a Hawkeye. Their visit reinforced these values in a way no pep talk or inspirational speech could ever accomplish. This surprise reunion also had a deeper implication for the coaching staff and the broader Hawkeyes organization. It's a testament to the kind of environment they'd created, one that former players are eager to return to, one where alumni feel a responsibility to give back to the next generation. This isn't just about recruiting or retaining talent, it's about building a lasting legacy. When your star players want to come back and connect with the current squad, it sends a message that resonates far beyond the courts of Iowa. But there was a level of sincerity in how these three approached the return. They weren't grandstanding or seeking attention. They were genuinely happy to be back, and that authenticity made the whole thing even more special. As much as they are lauded for their skills and competitive drive, there's an undeniable humility to the way they carry themselves. They didn't come back to reminisce about past glory or bask in accolades. They came back to remind everyone what it means to be part of something meaningful. Throughout the day, there were little moments of spontaneity and humor that showcased the camaraderie between them. At one point, during an informal shoot-around, Caitlin couldn't resist trying to replicate a trick shot she once botched in practice. Gabbie laughed, muttering something under her breath about how she'd bet Caitlin couldn't do it. Kate chimed in with an exaggerated, "Oh, here we go." It was a small moment, but it was telling. It showed how comfortable these three were with each other and how their bond extended far beyond the court. The visit wasn't without its share of nostalgia, either. There were plenty of sideline moments where the trio reminisced about old games, shared inside jokes, and recalled pivotal moments in their journey. You could see the gears turning in the minds of the current players, realizing that they were in the presence of people who had once been in their shoes. It's not every day you get to witness firsthand the legacy of a team while you're still actively a part of it. And while Caitlin's highlight reels might make her the more public face of the trio, the true impact of their return lay in the collective spirit they brought back. It was a reminder that basketball is a team sport, and greatness isn't just about individual performances, but about how those performances lift up everyone else. In seeing Caitlin, Gabbie, and Kate together again, fans and players alike got to witness the embodiment of what Iowa basketball stands for: hard work, resilience, and above all, unity. It's easy to get caught up in the storylines of sports, to focus on stats and championships, but the return of these three was a reminder that there's more to a team than just winning. Their surprise visit spoke to the continuity of the program, to the legacy they were leaving behind, and to the relationships that transcend seasons and final scores. For a few hours, the lines between past and present blurred, and it felt like the team was whole again. Caitlin, Gabbie, and Kate didn't come back seeking applause or validation. They came back because Iowa is home, and that's something far more meaningful than any trophy or accolade. Their surprise return wasn't just a reunion. It was a reminder of what it means to be a part of a team that's bigger than oneself. And for the Hawkeyes, that message will linger long after the echoes of the cheers have faded.